What's happening, guys? I'm Kobe Chowan here with Craig McCoy, and welcome to our latest Tuesday training, where every week we bring to you a live training from lead gen and AI all the way to business planning and goal setting.
You have the new version and the old version. We collaborate to make it awesome.
If you want to join and jump on the next Tuesday training, join our school platform below. It's completely free. Click the link below, and we'll see you there.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
So, how was everyone's weekend? Everyone talking once? Just kidding. All right. I want to know about at the bottom of this little screen, there's a little thing that you can raise your hand. I want to know how many people. What?
Just jumping straight into it.
I want to know how many people actually set a goal for the week and have done and track their numbers. By a show of hands down below, has anyone done that?
Is that what you went over last week?
Probably none. It's just wrong, people. Wrong. All right, so no hands. No one set a goal, and no one did any outbound.
What we should do is me and you should be able to offer coaching.
Oh, I got one thumbs up. Who's that? Who's the thumbs up? Who's that?
Of course, it's Sue.
Oh, of course it's Sue. Oh, there you go.
No, hey, I've got a good reason. I went and saw the grandbaby this weekend.
Yeah, you can still prospect. It's bullshit.
Use the baby to prospect.
Yes, babies.
There you go.
I'm going to give a portion of all these commissions I'm going to get to my grandbaby's college fund. And so you guys should donate.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Kobe's going to be a dad April 7th,
6th,
8th, whatever.
It's not like it's your grandchild.
Yeah. Somewhere around there. So yeah. All right. And so I know I'm going to be a dead horse, but every single Tuesday, I'm going to challenge you guys to set a weekly goal. Somehow, some way. I don't care if it's prospecting. I don't care if it's events. I don't care if it's open houses, if it's social media, YouTube. I want to know what was your weekly goal, and did you track your KPIs, and did you hit those goals?
Even if it's 1 or 2 or 3 events or 3 contacts.
Just one contact a week?
It's better than nothing.
There you go. If your goal is 1, we should talk.
But
anyways,
if you guys need help doing it, we're here for you guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, today we're going to talk about our mortgage fund. I'll go to the mortgage minute. I'm just going to show them what's up. So, and I want to kind of go through, we're going to be pushing heavily on turning our agents into investors. And if that's of interest to you, we won't go every Tuesday on this, but if you want trainings on this or to talk to us, you can schedule a call with me and Kobe, and we're going to show you guys the inner workings of what we're trying to accomplish by taking all of our agents and turning them into investors by a fund that we're creating. But before we get there, I got Bill and Tim on the line. So what do we got?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Quick mortgage market update. Things are looking good. We're still seeing a good improvement in rates. Mortgage bonds have been on a solid run, and the 10-year Treasury is right around 4%, so it's been going down a bit. That's kind of an important level because if it breaks convincingly below 4%, we'll be in another run of rates coming down even further because there's kind of these little break-even points. The reason rates are coming down, just soft labor data, not a whole lot of wage growth. Economic reports are cooling, not collapsing, and that's just sort of taking the pressure off inflation. So it's kind of a sweet spot, not a recession, not overheating, just stable. As far as our rates are, they're about the same as they were last week, but they're almost at an eighth better. So right now we're still about no points, 5.99 30-year fixed loan on a 30-year conventional loan with about a point cost, 5.625. And then on the government stuff, we're still at no points, 5.875, but we're almost at 5.75, and about a point cost. We're at a 5.5% rate, but we're getting down to the low fives, which is kind of important. So why the rate tier kind of matters, psychologically speaking, it's even 5.99 is still in the fives. If you get to like 5.875, 5.75, it's just kind of a psychological kind of shift for most borrowers that I talk to. And we're almost at a 3-year low right now for mortgage rates, just if you guys weren't aware. So borrowers kind of react differently when they hear mid fives versus high fives, based upon my experience. The payment difference isn't really that big, but it's just kind of a confidence where people get a little more comfortable. So if we cross into the next tier, that should hopefully get some people off the sidelines, makes payments a little more manageable, hopefully changes how buyers and borrowers emotionally kind of process what's affordable to them. And right now we're knocking at that door. So if you guys need help with clients, running numbers for who are selling, buying, Bill and I are here to help, and that's all we got. Any questions?
Yeah, cool. High five.
Thanks, Tim.
High
All
five.
right, I'll throw a little narrative in here too. So, what I've been seeing, I know Craig's going to talk about investing. I have some clients and they are going into escrow and they want, they want to build their portfolio. They don't have a lot of money in savings, but they do have some adult children. So what we're doing is they're going to buy a 2-unit property. We're going to use an FHA loan, and one of the couples of kids are going to live in one of the units. When you do that, and then the kids will be on the loan. So when you do that, it's considered an owner occupied property. On FHA, even up to 4 units, you can do 5% down if it's an owner occupied property. So these clients are buying a nice duplex here in Silver Lake. Kids are going to live in one. They're already getting really good rents in the back. Hopefully they win the bid, but it's one way that people can get in the door without having to come up with 20% down, for an investment property. So if you have clients who have, young adult children and they are interested in building a portfolio, helping their kids get into a house, same strategy works if they just want to give their kids a hand to buy their first home. By adding the parents on the loan, we're able to use their income, their credit. It helps qualify. So one cool thing that I saw this week and might be helpful if you have clients who have adult kids who don't own homes, might be worth suggesting.
Sweet. Thank you, Bill.
Oh, sorry. One more piece on that. Actually, we're doing a 5-year ARM on that FHA loan, paying 4.75%. So
Sweet.
Pretty good.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
Bill, I got a question on that. So say a couple of years down the road, the kids want to move on and get a bigger house. That's going to affect their first time buyer situation, correct?
Yes, but to be honest with you, there's not the idea of like the first time buyer benefit. There's really not that big of a difference. On a conventional loan, it just means you can put down 3% as opposed to 5% if you're not a first time buyer. FHA, it doesn't really matter. As long as they're buying another property, they can still get in at 3.5%. They don't need to be a first time buyer as long as it's their primary residence. So FHA has to be your primary residence. But no, like they talk a lot about the benefits of first time buying, and there are some down payment assistance things like that I think are only for first time buyers, but in general, it's not really it doesn't matter that much, I guess is what I'm getting at, whether you're a first time buyer or not.
I have a question. Could we possibly get that like on a flyer or something and sent out to us?
Yeah, we can put that together.
Dude, what are you looking for exactly?
Oh, I'm looking for my goals for next week. So I'm going to set them to all the younger first time buyers and about what he was just talking about and send it out to them and say, hey, what about this option?
Sweet.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely do something like that. And that's another thing too. If they're buying a multifamily property, you can also use the rents from the other units to help qualify. So that's another, home hacking kind of thing that can be helpful for first time buyers. It's what I did myself.
So Kobe's going to jump on Sue's request, but just so you guys are aware, any kind of flyers like this that you want, circle prospecting, just go ahead and text the Krems line and tell them what you're looking for. Yes. But for Sue, we'll make a special outbound call for Kobe. So,
hey, correct me if I'm wrong. The rents, they're only going to go up to 75% of the annual rent as far as the additional income. I don't believe they're going to go off the whole annual.
That's correct. So when we're qualifying, what we're going to be using is 75% of whatever either the current rent is that the unit is collecting, or the market rent. If the property is vacant, the appraisal will do a rent schedule on the appraisal, which will come up with a market rent. So we can use 75% of that towards the client's income to help bolster their qualification.
Sweet. Any other mortgage questions?
Michael had a question. Can we do commercial loans, non-owner occupied, 1031 exchange?
We do have some commercial lenders. and definitely can do non-owner occupied 1031 exchange. Yeah, I mean, we can work through that. Usually it's going to be a 1031 attorney that's kind of putting together the exchange, but as far as getting the mortgage done, it's not a huge difference. Just have to make sure that we get it done on time, which Tim and I are pretty quick, so that's never been a problem. But yeah, commercial is, it's trickier. It's certainly not my specialty, but we definitely do have a couple of really good options. Provident Funding is like a prime commercial lender that we work with, and then we have plenty of other options for multifamily residential. I mean, if it's like commercial industrial, something like that, probably not. But if it's like apartment buildings, that's usually doable.
And Michael, if you have any questions on the 1031 side of stuff, give me a call. Should we run through what 1031 is for agents who don't know?
Yep. And so we actually use, or in the past, I've used IPX as my exchanger or my accommodator. So if you guys have any questions like in detail, either stay on after this call or, I mean, you want to go through it right now?
Sure.
So just mean that this high level is that a 1031 is going to take, you're going to keep your tax basis. So you can sell your property, and as opposed to paying taxes on your gain, you're going to defer those taxes by the purchase of another property. And there's a bunch of rules and requirements
Which
for time
are
frames.
180 days. You have 45 days to identify
Identify,
properties.
180 to close. There's a whole bunch of shit that goes along with 1031, but just know that you can defer your gains on a 1031. So if you have a commercial property that you've been depreciating for 27 and a half years, and you want to go buy something else, your basis is zero, right? So you're gonna be paying a grip in taxes, or you just do the exchange. So if you want to get into those details, those weeds, we can talk about that.
And with 1031s, it does not need to be industrial for industrial.
Like for
a lot
like,
of
investment
people
for investment.
think that and think, oh, I own some multifamily, so I can't go buy a single family, or I own a condo, so I can't 1031 it. As long as it's a rental property and you're selling it for another rental property, we've done industrial into multifamily, industrial into single family into industrial, back and forth. And
You
no
can
matter where
sell
it
one
goes.
big building and buy a bunch of little ones. You can sell a bunch of little ones, buy one big one. Doesn't matter. It's just like
Sell
for
a
like.
house, buy a farm.
What?
What was that?
Sell a house, buy a farm. Sell a
Yes.
gas station, buy a house.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't matter what you're selling as long as it's an investment for an investment, like for like. But that's well,
This is a question you just asked. Can you 1031 for a new build? Say I own the land already, sell another investment property. Can I use the proceeds to build a new home? I don't know about that.
you can do there is a program for that, and there's a that's a more in the weeds question that I'd need for the guy's name is Greg over IPX. There is a new construction 1031. I know there's a lot of requirements that you have to have another third party hold the funds, blah blah blah. But that's above my pay grade for this phone call. But definitely we can call Greg at IPX.
We can include their information as well. We use IPX for any of our clients do. They've been great.
And yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, we're not affiliated with them. It's just who I've ever used. So if you guys have anybody else, by all means, it doesn't matter who you use for your accommodator, but that's all I know is Greg.
Which I think
which-
1031 investments, talking that world leads us into what do you want to talk about today?
So the big thing for us is trying to get our agents to let them have multiple options. So if you guys are going on to a listing appointment and you have the ability to go, hey guys, here's a cash offer for you, right? Or here's a buffet of here's a selection of options for you. So you come in to this listing appointment and go, hey, look, either I myself or our team can act as the investor. You see all these guys coming in and doing wholesale deals. Wholesalers are crushing us mainly because they are just outbound prospecting machines. They're just making tons of calls. They have they're using the Google ads. They're doing meta ads. They're doing all these different kind of ads and outbound prospecting, and they're crushing us as the agents. So Kobe and I are going, okay, how can we, as the Link team, go out there and compete with these wholesalers, with these investors? And that's going to be offering you guys the ability to have options. So if you want to go out to investors, you want to go out to homeowners and act as the investor, do that. You can come in with the floor. Hey guys, your house is worth $1 million. I understand that. It needs some work. With some work, it could be worth $1.1 million. We will typically come in at about 75% of the ARV. That's the after rehab value. And so if you guys wanted to put that little arrow in your quiver as one of your guys' options, use that. Okay, go out and market that. Make outbound calls with that. Calling expired, you're calling an expired as an investor, saying, look, we can either buy your house for X, we can use that as our floor, list it for 30 days, knowing you guys can get this number here. We'll go ahead and list it, try and get top market for you. If we can't, you always have this offer here, or we list it normally and try and get top value for you. So you're shaking your head.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, so
whenever we go into a listing presentation, I can send you guys an example of the listing presentation we use. We always include all of the different seller programs. We don't want you guys to go into a listing agreement. They might like you as a person, they might like what you have to offer for the marketing and the real estate side, but they really are in a pinch and they need to sell their house in 14 days or in 30 days, or they know they need some repairs done. Some of the investors we work with have other programs like where they'll come and front some money so you can actually do the repairs to the house, similar to the Compass Concierge program, which Compass always goes out and touts. We have all those options.
Open door,
buy before you sell program. We have the instant cash offer. We have 5-step marketing. So really giving you guys all the tools. So when you do sit down with a seller, they shouldn't be able to go, they shouldn't need to go anywhere else to get any of the offerings. And if they need to move quick, we have an option for them. If they want to put some money into the house so they can get top dollar for it, we have an option for that. If they want to just list on the market, you guys are obviously the option for that.
And so obviously if you're going after someone that's just a homeowner trying to sell, this probably isn't the best option, but you want to try and find a motivated seller. Where do you find motivated sellers? Notice a sale, notice a default, divorces, divorce attorneys, probate attorneys. There's all kinds of distressed or motivated sellers out there. You guys have to go find them. And so if you have these behind you as options, we wanted to offer that to you guys. And again, Link is starting our own fund to either we act as the investor, JV with you guys as the investor, or lend money to you guys as the investor. So that's what we're trying to roll out. We just are finishing up our PPM, which is our private placement memorandum, and then we're going to go out and raise capital to be able to invest with you guys, for you guys, to you guys.
And I think TJ, who's not on here actually today, I think he's on his way into the office, has been crushing it on the cold outreach. So
outbound.
Part of what Link will be offering and what we are offering is leads for you guys every single day. And so if you guys are interested in doing any of the cold outreach and being able to kind of promote these different programs, going after the expireds, after the notice defaults, notice of sales, absentee owners, whatever it is, we have access to those lists of people. We have access to the data. Dylan's doing a great job at getting lists uploaded every single day for the agents who want to do the cold outreach. We are having the weekly office hours on Wednesdays at 11 o'clock. Me and Andrew are meeting with anybody who wants to jump on and going through scripts, what works, what doesn't work. We're having like TJ come on and talk about what works for him when he's doing these outbound calls. He's doing like 30 or 40 a day. I think he has a listing presentation later this week from somebody that he met or called on. And so absolutely a numbers game. But if you are sitting there as an agent and you have no lead source in front of you right now and you want to kind of just know where to start, this is a free way to do it. All it takes is time and energy.
And cold calling is an art. There's a lot of guys out there you can find on YouTube that are really good at this. We can talk about scripts, how to make scripts your own, objection handlers, how to flip those objections, and really just talk to these sellers with some education behind you. So you have, I think Ricky Cruz, I think is really good. He's a big promoter of Red X and going after expireds. You have Brandon Mulrennan. Again, he's big with expireds and for sale by owners. But whatever you're choosing to be your lead source, whether it be CPAs, financial planners, small family offices, expireds, FSBOs, NODs, there's a ton of different lead sources out there. So just kind of pick your lane or a couple lanes and start outbound prospecting. If you want those leads, like Kobe's saying, we have GHL behind you. Dylan will upload those into your GHL. They're there. There's an auto dialer in GHL. You sit down every morning, make your calls. You're done by 11 o'clock. Go about your day. The win your day by noon is kind of real for me. Like I want you guys to really from 8 to 10, from 9 to 11, whatever your outbound time is, do it 2 hours a day. I mean, I can't stress enough how important it is just to get out in front of more people in this industry, contact sport. It's all about contacts. It's all about conversations, all about conversions. So that was a lot. That was loaded. Sorry.
No, it wasn't. That was great. And we already have it all built out for you
It's
guys.
already built out for you. You push a button and it goes into your system.
Yes.
What was that, Sue?
Hey, Craig, I just
Yeah.
picked up a
Yeah.
book, and if we want to talk about, if anybody else is interested to do the um, book club,
Yeah. What book?
it's called Call the Damn Leads. I
Call the
haven't.
damn leads.
I
Yep.
like that.
You don't even need a book for that. That's just like a statement.
Don't read the book. Just call the leads. It's
Just
simple.
call the damn leads.
That
But
should be the
it
book
just,
club.
I'm gonna read it. I'll let you guys know how it is. But
Just go ahead
just
and
throw
start
out
reading out loud right now.
there.
Okay, back to that. So Kobe's office hours are Wednesday
At 11 o'clock.
at 11. I'm going to make my office hours. I'll stay on this Zoom call for about an hour, or however long you guys want to stick around for my office hours. If you guys want to go over, um, if you have any questions, whether it be, coaching or business planning or goal setting or setting KPIs, just I'll hang out for after this Tuesday meeting for as long as I need to talk to anyone that wants to hang out. So, and for our book club, Brenda Lou, that'll be a different
Sundays
hour
at 6 a.m.
that that I'll put out there, but I definitely want to get that going. And my first book, I think I would be doing you guys a disservice if I didn't start with Think and Grow Rich. So if you guys are interested in books, Think and Grow Rich will probably be my first go-to. And I'm sure Call the Damn Leads will be, we can run that in concert and just run them both same time. Is that a very thick book, Brenda Lou? Is it like 5 pages? Call the Damn Leads? I don't even know. Pages?
4.
4 pages. So we'll fill that list.
It's about 140 pages and it's big writing.
So, I mean, yeah, we'll go through that, but I mean, simply put, the title tells you what you guys need to do, and I'm all about big, bold letters. That's all you guys got to do, right? Find the leads, call the leads, work the leads.
And if you guys are sitting here thinking, I will never cold call in my entire life, we have other avenues as well. We have Jordan doing his office hours on Thursdays, going over social media. We have Dylan doing his on Fridays, going over paid lead gen. At the end of the day, if you're sitting there and 2025 wasn't where you guys wanted it, something probably needs to change, and you need to do some sort of prospecting, whether that's inbound with paid lead gen, whether that's trying to build your sphere of influence, which we've talked about quite a bit, going through your social media channels, going through cold, whatever it is.
If nothing changes, then
nothing changes. We have been really utilizing, not as much in the last couple months, but open houses, circle prospecting the open houses, inviting the owners, inviting other agents to it. Double-ended over a third of our deals over the last 2 years just doing that. So if you are an agent who has some listings or has some traction already, really easy to just kind of snowball that.
yeah.
And
Start small, start simple. Call your mom first. Call your dad, call your sister. Doesn't matter. Just call somebody and say, hey, look, you want to sell your house? I mean, again, I'm kind of kidding, but start somewhere. And the easiest call to make is your sphere of influence, your warm leads. Again, just pick the phone. Well, actually, cold leads are pretty simple because they just hang up on you, right?
yeah, like the worst they do is tell you to like F off and hang
Yeah,
up.
and then you just, who cares? Call
And
next
then
one.
by the time you could even process it,
Yeah,
the dialer is already calling the next
it's all
person.
perfect.
So you're good.
Super simple.
Yeah, and for the dialer, I guess can explain how it works is you're in the GHL account. It's a separate phone number, so you don't even think people are gonna like look you up and find your phone number and hunt you down or text you in the middle of the night. Like you could turn your CRM off and you never see the people again.
Yeah.
And you never knew who they were in the first place.
And full disclosure, I suck at cold calling. I hate it. I never did it. So I'm telling you guys to go out and do something I never did. But I also had a very strong sphere. So if you guys want more on the sphere of influence and network marketing, that's my go-to. But I know if you're new to an area, or you're new to this business and you don't have a big sphere, then outbound cold prospecting is your best friend.
Either doing cold outbound or you're paying for the leads to come in.
Yeah. Otherwise, you got to do what Sue says and just go party, Go party or play pickleball.
Or volunteer. Or get involved.
Volunteer, start a hobby, one with people in it, not a solo hobby like painting. Unless you're a painter, that's awesome. But you want to get out in front of people. Maybe a painting club.
Painting
Hey,
club.
you guys. Sounds like
Hi, Sue.
Hi, good morning, everybody.
Good morning,
Happy
Sue.
February, belated Valentine's. Just a quick idea. I bought Girl Scout cookies from a client's kid, a ton of them, and just like Craig put his card on a book, I'm gonna put my card with a little note on the boxes of Girl Scout cookies and deliver them to my local clients.
I love that.
Yeah.
You
Or
know?
What flavor?
The Girl Scout cookies and go deliver them to the Boy Scouts.
Anyway, what flavor did you get, Sue? That's
I
a
bought
huge
like
thing.
20 different boxes just mixed up. I just grab one, tape the card on, tape a little note, thank them for business, ask them for business. And sometimes I just drop it off, and sometimes I actually knock on the door and see if they're home. And
And
it's
then just
just,
conversations. And you did the butterscotch or the candies in December. You're doing this now. Just
yeah,
get in front of them as much as possible with a
Yeah.
little thank
right.
you.
So, and that's the big thing too, like what Sue just said, is stopping by and dropping these off in person. And if you guys ever followed Brian Buffini, he has his pop buys. I don't want to steal his terms, but he stops by and gives little things of value, whether it be cookies. Every Fourth of
Those are
July, like I
valuable.
was doing like little 3 packs of mustard, relish, and ketchup in a little package, talking about Fourth of July with a little flyer, beach balls, koozie cups. I mean, everything I did was about around resort like living style, barbecue, outdoor stuff. But so just pick something, go hand deliver it, and then at the end of hey, here's a little something with my card on it. Oh, by the way, do you know anybody looking to buy or sell? Keep it simple, keep it short, keep it sweet, and move on. It's not cheesy, it's not salesy. It's just like, hey, I'm just here to remind you guys, and I'm in real estate. Any
And
questions?
I don't know if anybody else did it, but on Valentine's Day, I sent out a Happy Valentine's Day text. It just like said, just a little note to say how thankful I am that you've been part of helping you find your place you call home. And I put
Yeah,
something personal in there, like how's the baby, and then wishing
yeah,
you lots of love.
absolutely,
And so
absolutely.
I mean, I don't know, just reminding people who I am and what I do. I don't know if other people are doing that, but just wanted to let you some ideas.
And here's an idea what you don't do on Valentine's Day. So over Valentine's Day weekend, I left and went to Mexico
With all of your
with
buddies.
all my buddies who rode dirt bikes.
So
My
don't do
wife
that.
was stoked on that. She got a text from me as well.
But yes, Sue, I always go through and on Valentine's Day, I'll call some clients, I'll text them, say, how's everything been? I would love to grab lunch, catch up. I'm going to be in your area soon. A lot of lunches, a lot of dinners, a lot of Popeyes, a lot of just saying hi. And you become friends with them and they like you and they're going to use me again because I'm actually friends with them and not just because I'm a
Yeah,
agent that they can
Salesman.
see through. We had a couple comments. Michael said, I signed a listing agreement when I delivered Girl Scout cookies. My client asked me to bring comps, so when I was dropping them off, ended up listing her house with me. There you go.
Yeah, cool.
Cassandra said, I'm not able to talk. I worked, been working hard on website, blog content. That is awesome to hear. She said, thank you, Tim, for his advice and guidance with the questions I've asked so far. Thank you for thanking him. Bill and Tim are
Yeah.
great. I call them all the time whenever I have questions. Obviously, super, super knowledgeable. Anytime we even just need like price something out, call them, give me some great advice right away.
Yeah, if you're not using Bill or Tim with linked escrow or
Linked escrow,
uh first first link first where we at?
mortgage.
Yeah. If you're not using Bill and Tim the mortgage or escrow, by all means give Beth a try over at linked escrow, give Bill and Tim a try over at First Link Mortgage. Yeah, again, the vertical is here to help you guys and make your life easier. And so tap into to those people. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
All right, I'm gonna hang out for a little while longer. So anyone that
Off
wants to what?
office hours tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Me and Andrew will be on there talking to you guys. It'll be like this, but a little bit more, I guess, less people. I'll have my screen up and we'll be running through GHL. So even if you guys want to just jump on and see what we're doing on the cold outbound prospecting, Brenda and Michael and Vanessa have been on almost every week. So thank you guys for being on that. If anybody else wants to jump on,
I'm gonna include Kobe in my office hours right now. So if anyone wants to hang out, by all means, hang out, ask questions, and we'll go from there. So
I will
Hey.
include with Mallory. Mallory, can we send an email with the link to the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday office hours with me and Andrew and then Jordan's and then Dylan's after this to make sure everybody has those and the dates and times on that?
yeah, and set a goal this week, people, and reduce something towards that goal. That's
Yes.
my 2 cents. And
I
then
want to
call
throw
your
in
dad dates.
one more 2 cents. If you guys have listings, I've been doing this for over 20 years. We work with a ton of escrow officers, and nothing can be more frustrating than a bad escrow officer. And Beth has been amazing. starting to work with her, with everything that I do. She's really, really good. So please use linked escrow. She's awesome.
And we're having an interview today for somebody else, so we'll have options for you guys if that doesn't work for you. So
Hey, good, quick question regarding that. Do you got any input on, because I always, when I do when I do an offer, I always include our escrow and our title and everything, even if I'm on the buyer side. But how can we sell it to the buyer? Because we want to use the discount or the programs to help the buyers by
Yes.
using all of our stuff. How do we sell it to the seller?
So I write it into the contract whenever I'm representing a buyer that it's linked escrow, buyer to pay escrow fees. And so the seller just gets a free escrow. And so it could be 3 grand, it could be 7 grand, it could be 5 grand, it could be somewhere in that price. I always make sure I include that in the email as well and say, here's our purchase price, here's our diligence, here's our close of escrow. We'll also be covering the entire escrow expense for you guys. So it makes it a little bit more appealing, I think, to a seller. Obviously, if they counter it out, they counter it out. But that's how I would write it in. It's just that the buyer is to pay all escrow fees, and then obviously we just waive that fee on the sell side.
Awesome.
actually, before you waive the fee, make the call first to the other agent and say, hey, this is why we want to use our escrow, especially if you're selling a house and then you're buying. Obviously, you want to have that fluidity of staying with the same mortgage, same title. Sorry, same escrow, same title. So try to sell that first, and then if they don't like that, then maybe offer the seller a free escrow or something like that. But don't just be like Kobe and give away our fees. So try first.
And when all else fails,
When all else fails,
give it away for free.
and we have actually had sellers say, or sellers agents say, "Oh no, I'll use my escrow. I don't care if you're giving it away for free."
It's like, oh,
It's
you're
crazy.
person can say 5 grand. It's like, I don't care. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. You don't
Yeah.
care about your clients like we do.
Yeah, we care. We are here for you, for them, for you. We're here for you and them. All right, is that it?
That's it.
That's it. All
Thanks
right,
for
whoever
jumping on.
wants to hang out.
See you next Tuesday.
Turn off your mute and let's go.
Bye, everybody else.
Hey, I got a question for you, Kobe.
Yeah.
How many active listings do we have as a brokerage?
I have no idea.
Wow,
We got at least one, because I got one.
Yes,
So at least one.
at least one.
Kim would do that, huh?
I don't know,
No,
because we have I think 32 MLSs or something we're a part of. So it's hard to aggregate all of them. I would say
Yeah.
100, something like that. I don't know.
That makes sense. Because just sometimes, you get those questions as far as if they've never heard of the brokerage before, give me some stats on the brokerage and stuff. And I was kind of missing some of that info. So that's how I figured I'd ask about that.
You could say over 250 agents, done over $1 billion in sales, and
In 7 states.
yeah.
Wouldn't that be so cool if it was on a website and you could just pull it up for them and they could just see how
Sue.
amazing, astonishing link is
Sue.
with those?
Have you seen the new website, Sue?
No, I have not.
Type in
I have
linkbrokerages.com.
Have it.
Sue,
Pull it up.
Sue, your face is on linkbrokerages.com right now.
Share
One of the
screen.
first people that they see.
I
Share
love
screen.
you guys, but I loved it. Ryan, I love what he asked. That's so cool to promote you guys over $100 billion in sales on Link. Because it is true when you're going up against some of these compasses and stuff. And I love the fact that I can say you guys are in 8 states and you have, X amount of listings going on. But yeah, great question, Ryan. And thank you very
Chris.
much. I'm gonna
Chris
check.
asked that
Chris,
question.
sorry, Chris. Thank you. I'm gonna check out after this the
Let's check that right
website.
now.
Might be a typo.
Huh?
Let me make sure. I think it's up right now. Let me double check. Maybe spoke too soon. Hey,
Is it up?
Yeah, it's up.
it?
Craig Chamberlain.
All right, cool. Yeah.
We got Dave in there. I think Brendan's on
we-
there. I think you're on there. I think Sue's on there. I'm not on there. I didn't make the cut.
The whole roster down there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're changing things up a little bit based off some recommendations from our agents, Sue, and we have our brokerage, mortgage, escrow websites all getting revamped as we speak. So
Your guys' feedback is very important, and I promise you we listen to it and take it into account. Like, if anybody saw the linked.ai website a week ago versus now, it's very different. It's less tech focused, more brokerage focused, because we talked to some of you guys and you're like, I fucking hate the website. It's terrible, and I would
Dude,
not
stop
send it.
cussing, please.
Yeah, please stop cussing too. But yeah, so we change it. So your guys' feedback really is valuable. And we
Actually,
do
with that
take
being
it.
said, what other stats should we have on there, Chris?
I'd say
Listing
active listings, how much we've sold the current month. Well, monthly might throw us off. I would say definitely
annually.
annual.
Yeah. Overtime.
I mean, I know not everyone does property management and stuff, but doors under management, tenant play, why do that kind of stuff? Well, I don't want to get you guys in the weeds there. I get most
Yeah,
of my
all right.
clients from doing property management, tenant placement services with them. They usually be my clients for about a year or two before I'll sell their property, but I'll also make money, minimum 1 month worth of rent as a tenant placement fee, plus, at least $100 a month in property
That's
management
awesome.
fees. But
Cool. I know
that's
Josh
something that
does
would be
that as
on for
well.
but definitely like how many active listings we have, how
Yeah.
many pending listings are under contracts we have. If it's like, hey, we got 200 active listings and half of them are under contract, hey, don't you want to list your property with us?
Yeah.
Little quick things right there. It's hard to get anyone's attention. They never read the full description. That's kind of an inside joke.
Yeah.
All the details are there. Never read the full description ever.
100%.
The
little asterisks. We sell 100% of our listings. And then in the asterisks, it's like very specific stats. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Michael asked about VRBO or short-term rentals. I mean, that's going to be agent specific. If you want to talk to Chris or to Chamberlain,
Josh has like 80 units under management. He does some short-term
or if
rental.
you wanted to do that and start your own kind of version of that, by all means, that's your call. But as a brokerage, no, we do have some agents that do that.
And I'm on the long-term side.
Yeah.
I do not invest with anything less than 12 months. And that really sets the precedence. You get more trust with the client at that point because you're not giving them ridiculous numbers.
Yeah.
A lot of these people will buy $1 million home and think they're going to get the old school 10% rule. Okay. It used to be, you buy a house for, you need to be able to rent it for 10% of whatever you bought it for. Okay.
It's
Well,
like
that was like
2% now.
50. Yeah, barely, if that, right?
Yeah.
So that's when you deal with the short-term rental guys, they're looking at that's where their head's at in that headspace of the and then you gotta bring them back down, you basically downsell them and be like, yeah, but the overhead cost of this, yeah, you might make $20,000 a month, but it costs you $18,000 a month to run it. And you just created a second job for yourself. So I just really do set it and forget it kind of thing with the long-term rentals.
Yeah.
Get somebody else.
Yeah,
to pay the
definitely that
mortgage
market has I think seen better days. It's kind of declining. It's not as quite as lucrative as it used to be. Cities are cracking down. Small municipalities are cracking down. HOAs are cracking down. So
yeah, unless you get a flip, you're not really able to cash flow from day one. It's going to take you at least to your 5th year to cash flow.
Yeah.
But yes, Michael, you can obviously offer that if you want. I would connect with either Chris or Josh. Josh knows a ton about the short-term rentals. He did a ton of them in Newport back in the day.
Here, I'll drop my cell phone number in the chat. I came from Renters Warehouse, which was the largest property management company in the nation. I mean, awesome. you got Invitation Homes, American Homes for Rent, and stuff like that. But that's obviously an investment firm that does everything in-house. We were the only brokerage that specifically worked with investors only. They obviously cannibalized that company. That's why I'm with y'all now.
Yeah.
And brought my book of business over here. But I do have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to long-term rentals and tenant placement, property management services. If anyone has any questions on that type of stuff.
Cool. Thanks for shooting over your phone number. We appreciate you.
Right on. All right. Anybody else have any questions? Anything for me? Anything for Kobe? Anything for marketing? Anything for sphere of influence? Anything for network marketing? Anything for
anything?
Anything? Yeah. All right. Sweet. Well, I'm glad I extended my office hours.
If anything comes up.
Yeah.
We're a call, a text, an email away.
Yeah. And again, I'm going to press you guys. Business plan, goal setting, KPIs. Yeah, I'm going to harp every single week on that.
If you have not done it, book a call with me, Craig. We will
Yeah.
help give you some
We'll
goals
start
to
calling you guys out individually, one on one, or not one on one, individually. So see if you guys have done your goals and in the group forum.
Uh,
that.
Craig,
Yeah.
while you're here and it's your office hours, I do have a question because I still need to get my business plan and my social media plan to you guys so I can set up my call and start the mentorship program. And
Yes.
I do have look, I ran brokerage in Brooklyn and rentals was our bread and butter. We would do
Yeah.
closures, we would door knock, and then we would, we also listed and sold as well. But I'm trying to figure out in Los Angeles, this is my first real estate job in Los Angeles, the way that I should set up my business plan because I eventually want to just be investing 5, 7, 8 years down the line. So that's my question.
Well, that's what we want to try and teach you guys, and actually all of our investors, not just to become investors, but to just have that as one of our options of many. And so, if we can help you get to that point and take that 7 year window and make it down to one, that would be one of our goals. Because
That would be my goal too.
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you have to just jump in, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot to learn because you don't want to make mistakes, but you also have a team behind you that's been there and done that from 2009 to 2014, and we probably flipped over 200 homes, my partner and I, just solo. And so, yeah, that world I'm very familiar with. So,
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to start generating income.
yeah, well, so you think about it like this: you have like the today money versus long term money, right? So if you're going to invest in real estate long term, you're going to have um, your rentals, your whatever your investments are. But if you're looking at quick money, then obviously real estate is first and foremost. You're gonna be getting paid in 30, 45 days. Flips, you're talking about anywhere from 4 to 6, hopefully, if not longer, but 4 to 6 months. So you have your quick money commissions. Um, yeah, then you have your flips, then you have your investments. But getting involved in investing again is not hard. You have to just find the right contacts. And how do you find those contacts? You find them through notice of defaults. You have notice of sale. You have probate attorneys. You have divorce attorneys. And you make those calls just like cold calls, right? You call these guys up and call these attorneys, call these CPAs, call whatever. I mean, these are all public records. So if you have probate or NOD or whatever, they're all there, right? And so you have to just do a little bit of legwork, find these sellers. Kobe and I will be here to either buy it, JV it, or fund it. So we're here for you guys in that regard.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually we're here to give you the leads too. So we have Dylan on the back end dropping all the leads into GHL. So if you wanted to go out and just make these calls, just text the Krems line to Dylan and say, hey, look, this is what I want to do. I want 20 leads a day, or maybe I'll make 20 calls or 20 dials a day. That's great. If you want to do 50, 100, doesn't matter. We have the necessary, or we have the sites through Property Radar, through RedX, that we can drop those leads into your CRM, and then from there they just dial for you. So if you're into that, it just again takes a little bit of effort on your end, and then
Sure.
away you go.
Okay. Thank you for that, Craig.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Is there any other questions on anything else? Anybody that needs ideas on sphere of influence? I know I talked to Vanessa about this when she was getting going, but like, what do you do for your sphere of influence? What do you do for your pop buys? Like Sue's talking about, and um, again, that's been my entire career, was doing small items of value and just literally bringing them to people's houses, talking to them, talking to them about them and their situations, in their life, and then just at the end, like, oh, hey, by the way, just a reminder, do you have any friends, family, anyone looking to sell? If you don't, or just if you hear about anybody, please keep me in mind. Again, doesn't need to be salesy or cringy. Cassandra's here. So Cassandra has a mobile home question. So if it's pre-76 and a mobile, then it's hard to finance. If it's a mobile in a park, I'm sure, I mean, there are programs out there for mobiles in parks. If it's considered personal property, your rates are going to be way higher. If you are, if you have a 433 and it's after 1976, you're able to finance it. But that question would be more directed for Bill, and I'll actually hook up with Bill and ask him that, and then have him get back to you on that. But mobiles are difficult if they're pre-76, even more so if they are on um, not a permanent foundation. So that's that. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? I lost the screen. I don't even know where the screen went. Um, so yeah, that's it.
I have a
Dave.
question. This is Nicole Secchi. I'm really interested in real estate investment as a realtor. I dabble in it a little bit, but I need some backbone in it. So I've been meaning to give you and you or either Cody a call because I'm out here in Charlotte and I'm like, the obstacles that are holding me back, y'all probably can really help me. But I'm doing real
Give
estate.
me one of those obstacles. What's one of your obstacles? Because if you're having it, so is somebody else.
Right now, credit, because like most times they want a 680 whenever I'm running into some of the investments deals, because I run into the acquisition companies that sometimes have some of the deals. And for the Charlotte market, well, when you're finding a unit around 100K, that's a sweet deal in Charlotte, surrounding area. So those are one of the problems that I'm having. I can find someone to work on the properties because I'm build a strong network of GCI, GCs that I can kind of count on that will, and I've learned how to do a lot of stuff myself. But the problem I'm having, and with the revenue, I don't have revenue.
Yeah. So money problems are obviously the first hurdle that everyone's going to have getting into this game. I was fortunate enough to have friends and family that were backing me when I first started. We do work with Anchor Loans. There is another company called Civic. Another one. There's a couple others out there that I can talk to you about. But like this, we did. Working with Carol M. We bought a property in Petaluma. We worked with Josh Colburn and bought a property in Long Beach. So if you are into finding the properties, you can either sell them or be the agent on them for Kobe and I to buy. If you want to be a JV, you can be a JV on that situation. Again, it's just about how much skin do you have in the game versus how much skin do we have in the game, right? So if you're wanting to get into this and you find the properties, we will find the way to buy them. If it's one of those situations where at least gets your foot in the door and you're able to say, hey, look, I have these investors behind me, or I'm the investor. I always go into a listing appointment with investors' eyes because my first go-to is I want to try to buy these places, especially if there's work to be done. And so if you start, changing your eyes to investors' eyes going into these meetings, talk to them as an investor, talk to them about pricing, and then give them options. Know that we are here to back you in those options. So if you find a great deal, we'll buy it. I don't care if it's in North Carolina or in Tennessee or Texas or California, Arizona, it doesn't matter to us. So as long as the numbers work, we'll make it work.
Okay, sounds great. I will be handing out a phone call soon. I'm trying to delegate a better schedule where I can be able to do everything. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Then hold on, I got Cassandra asking a question. Yeah, so trainings about funnels. That's going to be a Dylan question, and we do have these trainings. I think they're in agent launch. Kobe and Dylan have already created all these funnels in the back end inside GHL, so you don't actually even need to create the funnel itself. Dylan will just plug you in and set you up. And so the funnel itself has the entire wireframe is set between phone calls, text, emails, what's going out, when it's going out, all that's already done. So if you wanted to learn how to set it up, then get with Dylan, or if you want to just have it plugged into your CRM, then they'll handle that for you. Did that answer your question? I hope. Cool. Again, so if you're looking at trying to build your own for a certain or a specific reason, then I would again get with Dylan. He can help you wireframe that funnel because it's going to be obviously your front end ad, and that's going to be tied to either your website, your whoever you have for luxury presence or Playster or whatever you're using, and then from there it's going to be your GHL funnel. And so Dylan can a little complicated. Yeah, it is complicated, but again, just lean on Dylan. He'll help you with that. I know Kobe has some trainings online in the agent launch about creating these, but again, it's if you haven't done it, I mean, I watched Kobe do it, and it's just like, yeah, it's above my pay grade, 100%. So, but that's what we have the Crims line for. Reach out to Dylan, and he can walk you through that whole setup. So yeah, cool, no problem. Okay, that's it. Anything else? Few people still here. So if you guys have any questions, and again, this is one of those things where if you have the question, maybe somebody else does as well. So feel free to ask away. Let's go, Dave. I see you sitting here still. What do you got going on? All right. All right. Well, hey man, I'm here for you guys. Just feel free to reach out to me anytime. Whatever it is, I'm here to help. Kobe's here to help. And yeah. So, but hearing nothing else, let's go ahead and call it a day. You guys cool with that? All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Talk soon.